Hello, Nigeria. Hello, the world. Hello from wherever it is you're watching from. This is the newspaper review here on Tap TV for today, the 17th day of January, 2023. My name is Cyril Aloysius, and as you know, it is and has always been my pleasure to bring you headlines in different papers across the nation. As you can see, Mr. Victor Sioku is the person once again, as usual, as always, to do justice with me. So the papers today, how do you do, sir?
I'm fine, on you?
Okay, as you can see, and I can see that you are still adding up, even in these times of, these trying times, you're still adding up. Okay, lots of interesting headlines in the papers today. And as you know, the elections are fast approaching. So we'll see which of the events that happened over the past few days were worthy enough to make it to the papers, into today's paper. So we'll start by looking at the Vanguard newspaper, where we have some interesting headline here. This one says on page 5, alleged graft, treason. Tinubu, Atiku seek each other's arrest and disqualification. Okay, you can get more details on that headline on page 5. Alleged graft, treason. Tinubu, Atiku seek each other's arrest, disqualification. Okay, and on page 9 of the Vanguard, we have lingering fuel scarcity, shame of a nation. Lingering fuel scarcity, shame of a nation, according to Neka, Man, Nasima, and others. That's on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. On page 9 again, we have Davos 2023. 3 richest men in Nigeria, wealthier than 83 million Nigerians. That's according to Oxfam. Davos 2023, 3 richest men in Nigeria, wealthier than 83 million Nigerians, according to Oxfam on page 9. On page 14, we have big interview. Nigeria suffering from SAP misadventure of 1986, according to Audu Ogbe, ex-agric minister. On page 26, we have Mental Health Act 2021. Experts speak out, okay? Mental Health Act 2021. Experts speak out. That's on page 26 of the Vanguard newspaper. And in the world of sports, we have here on page 30, this one says, scoring form of Osimhen, Mofi, Lukman, good for Eagles, according to Obafemi. Okay, that's on page 30. On page 9, again, we have polls. Why we can't allow temporary voters card. INEC tells court. Polls. Why we can't allow temporary voters card. INEC tells court. That's on page 9 of the Vanguard. On page 6, we have gunmen attack INEC Enugu office again. Kill policeman, injure another. Gunmen attack INEC Enugu office again. Kill policeman, injure another. That's on page 6. Lastly, today in the Vanguard, we have DSS denies invading CBN as Emefiele resumes from annual leave. DSS denies invading CBN as Emefiele resumes from annual leave. Okay, that's the much we can take in the Vanguard newspaper for today. Mr. Victor, which of these headlines really interests you?
Okay, I think I will do the Atiku versus Tinubu war.
Okay.
So they are calling for each other's arrest. It first came, the bomb or the shelling first came from Tinubu, who declared that the EFCC within 72 hours that they should be able to, that they should go out there and arrest Atiku. So what then happened? So there was this report by, in quote, a so-called whistleblower by the name Matthew. So Matthew came out to say that he was a former aide of the VP when he was vice president. That's between 1999 and 2007. So that at that time that they had, as in Atiku and the then president General Olusegun Obasanjo, that they had a special account called SPV, Special Purpose Vehicles. Yeah, they call the account the SPVs actually. So what then do they do with these SPVs? They do contracts behind the scene. They collect monies behind the scene without the state, that's the government at large, knowing. Okay, so those were the weighty and hefty allegations coming from the aid of Atiku, who even came publicly. He made a video to proclaim all these. So the APC, and mind you, this is election time and the campaigns are really heating up and everybody's looking for avenues or routes to clamp down on opposition. So right now, the APC got that and they are using the tool. Okay, so what are they doing right now? They are trying to paint Atiku thief. Okay, but something then happened. So while they were calling for his head, he also made his own proclamation. He made the proclamation that the EFCC should also, okay, though, the EFCC, the NDLA, not just the NDLA, the forces, that they should just go after Tinubu. Reason, because that Tinubu has been under the torchlight of having dealings with narcotics. Okay, meaning that he in quote a drug pusher. So that's the infighting there. No, not just infighting. That's the fighting between the both parties. But I think that is also, well, I say, to the advantage of the Labour Party, who happens to be the third party. So this is an advantage for them because, you know, Nigeria likes
two of the major opposing parties are actually against themselves. You're just there.
So, you know, Nigeria, the election right now is more of a sentiment. And these are topics that the lowest persons out there want to listen to, okay? To help them judge, or not just, to help them, will I say, pick points who they want to vote. Mind you, Nigeria has this big aura of corruption hovering around the leadership of this country. So when you are able to, as a politician, you are able to say that your opposing contestant is corrupt, the people tend to buy that story because the word corruption, it's over there. It's a trending word in our dictionary here in Nigeria. So and we know that
and it's a shameful thing, actually.
Nigeria, yeah, oh, sure. And we know that most Nigerians don't even care to go into details to find out whether the allegation is true or not. Okay. They just, once you have been alleged or charged to court for a particular case, most Nigerians will be like, yes, you did it. They'll just come out and say, come on, you are guilty to this fact. And
why do you think that is?
Because of, maybe at times, I'm sorry, but I just need to say this. I think many Nigerians are not educated to that part, that you need to hear persons out. Okay, I know Nigeria is bedeviled with corruption. Okay, but you still need to take your time and study the details of the said crime. Okay, but you already know when these rumors come out, there are Nigerians out there. Their own is for every little negative rumor, they will magnify it and make a big case out of it. Okay, but that is not, I'm not here to say that, oh, these guys
especially those ones who are not actually in support of your of you becoming the president of the nation.
Yes. So if you go out to the streets and ask people, I mean neutrals, okay, persons that have not really identified with any of these parties, I am sure that when you go out to the street and ask who is Tinubu, who is Peter Obi, and who is Atiku, I'm sure that they will be able to point out that this person is corrupt or that person is corrupt. I'm not here to pinpoint on anybody, okay? But yes, corruption is a big issue on ground, okay? And it will also, will I say, it will also show the movement of the voters come 2020, come February 25th. Why when the election is up there for us. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on that particular headline. Let's move straight now to the Daily Sun newspaper for further headlines. This one says on page 2 in the Daily Sun, Service Chief's action saves Emefiele from arrest at airport. Service Chief's action saves Emefiele from arrest at airport. Okay, more details of that headline is on page 2 of Daily Sun. And on page 4, we have Omo Bolanle suspected killer cop pleads not guilty as trial begins. Remanded in prison. Omo Bolanle. Suspected killer cop pleads not guilty as trial begins. Remanded in prison. Okay, moving on now to page 28 of Daily Sun, where we have Olu of Warri, stool crisis. Oni of Ife, brokers peace. Olu of Warri, stool crisis. Oni of Ife, brokers peace. Okay, more details of that is on page 28 of the Daily Sun newspaper. On page 8, we have Imo government to Ugo Chinyere. We have no hand in your misery. Imo government to Ugo Chinyere. We have no hand in your misery. Okay, that's on page 8. On page 28 again, we have IPOB rejects Soludo's 30 offer for Nnamdi Kanu. IPOB rejects Soludo's 30 offer for Nnamdi Kanu. That's on page 28. On page 25, we have Nigeria's inflation eased to 21.34%. Records first drop in 11 months, says NBS. Nigeria's inflation eased to 21.34%. Records first drop in 11 months, says NBS. That's on page 25. On page 8 of our Daily Sun, we have Obi at Chatham House. Obi at Chatham House vows to dismantle structures impoverishing Nigerians. Obi at Chatham House vows to dismantle structures impoverishing Nigerians. More details of that headlines is on page 8 of Daily Sun. On page 6, we have the Sun Awards. The Sun Awards. I am happy being honored by a newspaper with good track record, according to Diri on page 6 of Daily Sun. Lastly, in the Daily Sun for today, also on page 6, we have Atiku Tinubu in fresh war of words. Okay, I think we already saw something like this in the previous paper, but that's the much you can take in Daily Sun for today. You want more details on the headlines that you heard, get a copy of the Daily Sun for yourself. Mr. Victor, what do you make of Obi's vows in the Chatham House yesterday?
Okay, so it was an event that many Nigerians were looking forward to after the presidential candidate of the APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, went there. And yeah, there was so much buzz. Remember, if we just can recall back, there was so much buzz during his trip there because he was being needed, or there was plenty of opportunities for him to speak in the country, to have a debate with his fellow contestants, but he did not attend. Remember, there was so much, will I say, tension in the air that, well, come on, why would you, an incumbent party, not fielding out your presidential candidate to have a debate with co-contestants? And then he said no, he was going for the Chatham House. And yes, you know what happened at the Chatham House back there? Sorry, I'm taking you too back, but you know what happened then? The buzz from his visit at the Chatham House, where he was asked some questions and he decided to not answer the question himself. He gave it to his comrades, and one of them was the media advisor. Okay, he gave it to his comrades to answer the questions, and that really raised some buzz. That, come on, you are a president. That's what we are talking in this country. You are the president. If you become the president, is this how you will be not taking responsibility in when asked questions? Already,
a question was directed at you, so you should be the one to answer the question.
Yeah, okay, so now yesterday it was the turn of P2B to speak at the Chatham House. Yeah, mind you, Chatham House is a think tank in the UK where you have the prestigious, educated, and will I say, influential persons come there to speak on world issues. Okay, it could be political, it could be climate change and environmental issues. You go there, you speak, and they listen to you. Okay, so there was this report that a record viewers of about 60,000 were there at Chatham House. That was from Daily Trust. I think I've not heard any other person talk about that. But yeah, those are the reports from Chatham House. Then, down to the details of the discussion. So P2B was then asked a question that really raised the buzz. And okay, his spokesperson in the name of Kenneth Okonkwo, remember Andy living in bondage. Andy has been very vocal. He's been everywhere on TV. And yeah, he's a very strong supporter of P2B. So Andy made a comment that said, okay, see, you see my leader, you can see my leader. My leader is stingy. Yes, he's stingy with taking questions. He likes to take the questions. He takes responsibility. So, like I told you, the buzz from what happened during Tinubu and now. So, yeah, P2B was able to take his questions, and he responded all by himself. And one of the questions that raised so much buzz was when he was asked about why hasn't he denounced IPOB.
Okay.
Okay. That was a very strong one, and he responded. He responded that he was not going to, will I say, disassociate? No, not disassociate. Debunk them. Just what words am I going to use?
He wasn't
More
gonna,
like
he wasn't going to. I think disassociate himself with the
I think
IPOB.
disassociation might not be the right word. I think disband. No, they've been already. The law is totally against them. Okay, but what they are trying to ask him is that, see, you have never in your time come out to say IPOB is a terrorist group. You've never in your time come out to say that say things that should be against IPOB. Okay. So, but he came out to say, see, this is not just about IPOB, that it is about every organization that is against the state of the country, that he wants to have some lines of communication, that he wants to, I would not want to use the word negotiate, but he wants to talk with them. He wants to have some levels of meeting and interaction with them, okay? Because that Nigeria is so polarized with all manner of groups that he wouldn't want to just will I say, talk in quotes against them. That he would want a situation whereby let him find out what the real issues are.
Okay.
Because almost every sector in this country, everybody is agitating. That this is not a matter of just going hard on them, that you want a situation whereby they can have a line of communication so that they can have lasting solutions, not the ones that tomorrow you hear that they are no more. Before you know,
do you think it's a good idea?
Personally,
do you think that's a good move?
It is really complex as far as I'm concerned. It is a complex situation, but at the end of the day,
these people are unpredictable. You can't really predict.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I just want peace. So in any way that
peace can be achieved,
my brother. Okay. Let it just happen. Okay. So yeah, I think that's that. Yeah, people are really applauding him for his will I say,
he's brilliant in answering the questions.
Not just brilliant in asking the question, for him to show some level of character. Okay, they are coming from, I mean, the Labour Party fans and the followers. They are really pulling out shots from the video. Okay, and they are using the opportunity to promote their candidates. So let's see what happens. Maybe the next time we hear from them will be when the INEC chairman will be at the Chatham House, and just maybe Atiku might also.
So do you see that successful outing at the Chatham House in any way like a booster to Obi's chances of winning the elections this year?
My brother, I think that is just minute. That is not even the problem of Nigeria now. Okay, going to the Chatham House to talk about the issues of the country and how you're going to solve them if you become the president of the country. That is just one side of the issue. Yeah, I think that's just the one side of the issue. Yeah. So you don't think that in any way for his personality? For his personality, that will give him more levels. Okay, but will that just be a signal for Nigerians to use to vote for their incoming president? I think that is negligible. Yeah.
Because when you actually want to judge his outing with that of Tinubu, I think the difference is quite clear.
My brother, Nigerians will even vote, will even make their decision with respect to the strength, the physical strength of these persons. And if and with respect, like I mentioned earlier on, using corruption, okay, who is more corrupt than the other. Nigerians will use that, okay, to even vote than when you come out to speak to the people. Are you getting me?
Okay.
Nigerians will look at strength because you know what has happened during the last. It's not last. Our president is still here. But yeah, for our president to take almost 8 months off for medical leave.
Wow.
My brother, that is just too much. And I know that Nigerians wouldn't want a situation whereby they will select a leader that
and instead of leading, you are busy traveling out for medical treatment and stuff like that. Okay, still on the newspaper review, we'll go on a quick break, and when we return, we'll take our last paper for the day, and then we'll call it a day. Please stay tuned.
Now that you have registered for your PVC, it doesn't stop there. Ensure you pick up your PVC. Be alert. Join many Nigerians to vote credible leaders that will change the tide of this nation. Do not sell your vote. Remember, this is our future. Your vote is your voice.
This message is proudly brought to you by Thav Media Limited. Hello and welcome back from that short break, and taking you straight now to the Guardian newspaper, which is our last paper for today. We'll be looking at the biggest headline here. This one says subsidy. Stop 100% fuel importation. Labour charges government. Subsidy. Stop 100% fuel importation. Labour charges government. Okay, and this one says on page 6, we have Atiku, Obi, fault bad leadership. Restate plans to salvage Nigeria. Atiku, Obi, fault bad leadership. Restate plans to salvage Nigeria. That's on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. And on page 29, we have Customs decries killing of officers by smugglers. Customs decries killing of officers by smugglers. That's on page 29 of the Guardian. Moving on now to page 3, we have 38 days to pause. APC demands Atiku quits as PDP seeks Tinubu's arrest. 38 days to pause. APC demands Atiku quits as PDP seeks Tinubu's arrest. That's on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. On page 3, again, we have CBN confirms Emefiele's resumption. Silent on alleged planned arrests. CBN confirms Emefiele's resumption. Silent on alleged planned arrest. That's on page 3. Lastly, in the Guardian newspaper for today, we have 25 million Nigerians at risk of severe hunger in 2023, according to FAO. FAO warns on page 4, 25 million Nigerians at risk of severe hunger in 2023. FAO warns. That's on page 4 of the Guardian. Okay, that's the much you can take on the Guardian for today. Mr. Victor, how do you react to the CBN governor's resumption and, of course, the silent plan to arrest him?
Yes, so over about 2 weeks now, we've been talking about the CBN governor trying to get arrested. But now everything, just within the last 24 hours, everything like they poured everybody cold water. Okay? Then you begin to wonder. Is it not the same DSS that went to court in Abuja to grant permission to arrest him? They are now the one that they are now removing their hands to know.
But the permission wasn't granted now.
Yeah, the permission wasn't granted. But what is being read on the papers, on the media right now is that the DSS on their own self, they are even removing their hands.
Okay.
Yes.
Don't you think that could be as a result of the fact that the court hasn't given them permission to do so?
No, not about that. I think reason, personally, I think there is something that happened behind the scene that we do not know about. Mind you.
So even if, okay. What if the court had permitted them to arrest Emefiele, and then they turn out to start acting this cold?
It's a different case
Then
altogether.
I can now begin to believe exactly what you just said now, that maybe, okay, there's something that must have been done on the ground that is making them to behave this way.
Okay, let me take you aback a bit. A week before yesterday, the CBN governor was supposed to come back after his annual leave.
Okay.
And he did not show up. And mind you, by December, ending of December, around 23rd or thereabouts, they went to court to get papers, just like you said, to arrest him. But that did not work out. The judge did not grant such a request. Okay. Then after, you now ask me, why did the CBN governor also extend his trip? When even, yes, I understand that the court has given their order. But mind you, there are also cases whereby the DSS did not even care about the court orders. They went ahead and did what they want to do. Which, you know that, still in the month of between November and December, the IG of police was being called by the judge to go and serve some time in jail. Same thing happened with the EFCC chairman. Did anything happen? No. These people, they walk above the law. Okay? Now, it took him, for me, I think it took
the
CBN governor
who are above the law in Nigeria.
100. So it took the CBN governor about extra 1 week to tighten up things. Are you getting me?
Okay.
It was just so, okay, why would you come out to say that this person, you want to charge him for acts of, for encouraging terrorism, financial terrorism and economic terrorism, and even money laundering? Now, are we now saying that all those your findings that gave you that guts to ask for his arrest, that you are not going to charge him? So right now, it's looking like nothing happened. And let me tell you, Mr. Sirio, this has been ongoing. If I can remember vividly, the UAE submitted a list to Nigeria, putting out names of people that have been financing terrorism in this country. My brother, have you seen the list? The answer is no. So I think, personal thoughts, I think that the government of today do not want to raise dust out of this matter. Reason, because it's just barely about 1 month to the general election. And it will hit them, it will give them a big blow that, give the opposing parties enough to talk about the criminalities and the corruption that has happened during this regime. So I think that is what they are trying to control. This is damage control as far as I'm concerned. They are trying to find a way to just soft pedal things and it will be like normal. My brother, many things have been pushed under the carpet in this administration, and you can't take it away from me.
Well, Mr. Victor, just before I draw the curtain on this headline, don't you think having individuals who are above the law in this country could also be one of the major factors why we are still where we are currently?
It's evident,
country.
nah. It's evident.
Because countries like more civilized countries, who are more developed than us, I don't think they have anybody. Even the government, even the president, if he does something out of order, he is brought to book.
There are people above the law in this country. Reason, is it not the same country that we had
pipelines? Should it be that way?
No.
So why
because they are the ones that run the country. Is it not the same report that stated, yes, I do not for these persons, that three richest persons in the country, their monies are equating to 83 million persons
in Nigeria.
So just a few. I'm not calling them thieves or saying that they do shady things. No, that's just to tell you the gap between the rich and the poor. And the rich and the powerful are really suppressing the poor in this country. I will repeat, I'm not saying that these three persons, Nigeria has turned out this way already. Are you getting me? So in a situation like this, where you have our oil exports reduced down to about 800,000 barrels per day, until some pipelines were now, after so much pressure, the pipelines were now discovered, where a pipeline was taking off crude from a major pipeline. And it's been hidden for donkey years. And now you found out that, see, this pipeline has been found. The hidden pipeline has been found. Up till now, you cannot account for people that did it. Nothing, no news, nothing, nothing.
Wow.
What about the ones that have been happening? So, my brother, it's unfortunate. Oh.
It's quite unfortunate. But guess what? We can actually redress all of these mistakes. We can actually put all things back together, you know, make good decisions come February this year with our PVC. So please, come the elections, do not sell your vote. Make good use of your PVCs this election so we can take back our countries from this, should I say, should I call them persons who do not have our interests at heart. Okay, so this is where we have to draw the curtain on the newspaper review for today. I'll say thank you so much for staying faithful to your screen, because without you, we would not be here. My name is Cyril Aloysius, and please, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please make sure you do so. And after subscribing, turn on your notification bell so you get notified when we come online and drop new videos. You can also follow us on our social media platforms. Check us out on our YouTube. We are TAF TV on YouTube. On Instagram, we are TAF TV_NG. On Facebook, we are TAF TV. And on Twitter, we are TAF TV. It's a bye for now until we come your way again next time. To enjoy the rest of your day.